Hey guys, alright, so today I just wanted to do a video, my third video on my zero waste essentials / basics. So this is the stuff that I suggest to people that are kind of starting out, and things that are pretty easy to swap over to or to incorporate into your life. This is stuff that I suggest to people just on a normal basis, even not trying to encourage them to go zero waste, but just little things that I talk about and try and encourage people to do, things that I think are pretty basic, I suppose, and the essentials. So the first things that I'm going to talk about is some skincare stuff that I have been doing. I will be doing a skincare / bathroom video, but I'm not quite happy with everything yet, and I want my recommendations to be stuff that I'm happy to use for a long period of time. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is facial cleansers. So I have very dry skin, and a few facial cleansing bars really dried out my skin. So for a while the routine I had really wasn't working at all. I had really dry, flaky skin. In the past couple of months I've finally figured out what works for me. So this facial cleansing bar I got from Lush, and this is the best one I have tried. There is another brand that I've heard really good stuff about, so I'll leave a link down below to that one as well. What I love about Lush is I can go there and buy it and have absolutely no packaging. And you can get as big or as little as you want, so you can sample it if you're not sure how you feel about it and just get a small amount. This bar here would last me probably about 3 months possibly, and I've had really good results with it. My skin is really great, and I've had a lot of people comment on how good my skincare and my face looks and my skin and all that in the past couple of weeks. Overall my whole health, but I think the past couple of weeks since changing my facial skincare routine, I've had a lot more people mention how healthy my skin looks. So it's been really good. Definitely check out facial cleansing bars. No packaging required, and yeah, they're just really great. So with the skincare products, obviously it's these type of products I recommend, and then these are the ones that I like the most, but you'll have to do research for your type of skin and what you think would work best for you, or some trial and error, because obviously what works for me might not work for you. So the next thing I want to talk about is toner tablets. So I use toner twice a day after each time I wash my face, and I've figured out a way to have that zero waste. A lot of what I've looked at doesn't really have toner, or what they used was apple cider vinegar, I think it was, but it didn't work for me at all. So I am reusing a spray bottle from an old toner that I got from Lush, and I'm now using their toner tablets. So the way these are made is to be used differently to how I use them. So they are made that you fill a bowl with warm water, put a tablet in there, and then the steam, you put your face over the bowl, and the steam is what tones your face. However, these are $2.50 each per tablet, and I do my face twice a day, so it costs me $5 a day to tone my face, plus the extra amount of time. It has to be a simple, quick routine, otherwise I won't do it. And I spoke to the Lush staff, and they said my best option is to put a little bit of water in the spray bottle, about 5 days to a week's worth, no more than a week's worth, and put a tablet or two in there, let it dissolve, and then use it up within a few days to a week. No longer than a week, because it won't last longer than a week, because there's not as many preservatives like other toners that you buy. So I think that is a fantastic option, and at the moment I'm happy to pay the price of $2.50 per tablet. It costs me about $5 a week, which is not cheap, but I feel like I could spare $5 a week. Regarding my face, the next product I want to mention, this isn't my entire face routine, there is other stuff I use as well, but these are things I feel like a lot of people could do. So with the zero waste community, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, a very basic essential thing that you could incorporate into your life is a good oil. So do your own research on what oil you would like to use. I'm okay with using coconut oil, but it's not great for my hair. So the oil that I've been using is jojoba oil. Some people say jojoba, some people say jojoba. I say jojoba oil, and this bottle will last me quite some time. And pretty much I use this on my face, in my hair, and on my nails as well. And it has quite a few things you could use it for. There is much more you could use it for than just that, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know there is. So yeah, a good oil is definitely an essential in my opinion, and I'm sure in a lot of zero wasters' opinion. Yeah, in a lot of zero wasters' opinion. Yeah, there's just a lot of uses for it. Next thing is a deodorant bar. So my partner has been using a deodorant bar for at least double the amount of time I have been, and he thinks it's fantastic. He is the one that said it was really great and that I need to start using it, as I was using up some old products and finishing it. And he said that it's better than any of the other deodorants he's really used. Normally he would have to reapply throughout the day, whereas with this product he does not have to reapply throughout the day. It will last all day, and I agree, it's really good. You just need to make sure you use enough of it for it to work. If you don't use enough, then it won't really work as well. And during winter it does dry out, and you have to either wet it or keep it in a container. So yeah, that is one thing about it, but very easily to solve by either wetting it before you put it on or putting it in a container. I use the Lush brand, and I'll put a link down below to it. However, there are many other brands that you could use. If you search Etsy, I'm sure there'll be heaps. There are some that come in tins, so they're not completely package free, but tins are definitely a lot better. So yeah, just do some research. If you want, check this one out. It's definitely my favorite so far, and I'll probably keep using it for some time. And this block here will last me several months, so it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Hairbrushes. So when it comes to hairbrushes, I have had this one for quite a few years now. So I did this before I even started thinking about zero waste. And the bristles are wooden, and the handle itself is wooden. So it's a lot better for the environment than having plastic hairbrushes. And this has lasted me a long time. It's lasted longer than any plastic hairbrushes I've had. I'll leave a link down below to a video I came across the other day, where a girl talks about some reasons why you should use wooden hairbrushes and the best kind of brush to use for your hair, which I never really thought was matted, but when you watch this video it kind of makes sense. So definitely check that out if you're interested in getting a new hairbrush. Wooden hairbrushes are fantastic, so check that out. Next thing is paper toilet paper. Recycled toilet paper. So the toilet paper itself is recycled, and then the paper on the outside is recycled paper as well. I assume the paper on the outside is recycled as well. I know the toilet paper itself is, but this is a lot better than buying non-recycled toilet paper wrapped in plastic. It definitely is more expensive than buying the normal amount of toilet paper you would buy wrapped in plastic. These are $1.15 each. However, we don't go through a whole lot of toilet paper because we're not home a whole lot. So we probably only spend about $5 a month on toilet paper anyway. So it really doesn't bother me at all to spend $1.15 on a roll, and they are quite thick rolls. I'm pretty sure they are thicker than some normal rolls. So this one is just from Woolworths. There are other brands you can buy. I know Who Gives a Crap is a brand that does it. A lot of people in the zero waste community buy Who Gives a Crap, so I'll link them down below. And I'm sure there are many other companies that do, well, probably not many, but I'm sure there are other companies. So do some research. It's definitely not cheap, but it's not hugely expensive, and it's something that is an easy switch that won't really affect your day-to-day life. It's just going to be like using normal toilet paper. So yeah, that is something that I will probably never change because it's such a simple switch. Second last thing, no, not second last thing, third last thing, is a travel kit for your bag. So I have a utensils kit with a straw, chopstick, straw cleaner, knife, fork, big spoon, little spoon, and a serviette, and it comes in its own little kit bag thing to wrap it up in. Obviously you don't have to buy the specific product, you don't really have to buy anything at all. It's more so the idea of it. So I like this one because I took it to Japan when I went traveling. My partner and I had one each. We needed something light, something simple, something small, and something that had everything we needed with the straws and the cleaner and chopsticks and all that, and it was perfect for us. And I use it pretty much every day. I bring it with me to class or to work whenever I bring lunch with me, and I pretty much keep it in my bag for if I'm going to buy lunch unexpectedly. A lot of people just use utensils from home. They're metal utensils, however it ends up being too heavy when you carry all this stuff, so I wanted to get some wooden ones, and I saw that this one had a kit where it rolls up and I can just chuck it and it's all in one go. So that's what I like about this. So you can definitely make your own little kit or buy one, up to you. Second last thing is pod machines. So pod machines are becoming more and more popular. I don't use a pod machine, however my parents and my partner's parents, they use, my partner's father and his partner, they use pod machines. So we bought them reusable pods for Father's Day. So these pods are stainless steel. They're definitely not cheap. These are definitely on the pricey side, which is why we bought them as gifts, because it's not something that they would really just buy to try. So definitely a good gift, I think. So pretty much you fill this up with coffee, obviously, and then you put this seal on the bottom here, and then you get a sticker that goes on top, and then that's like the sticker you would have on a normal pod, and then you just use it, and then you take this off when you're ready to use it, and use it like a normal pod. Obviously these are only compatible with certain coffee machines. This is compatible with the Nespresso type coffee machines and ones that are made to be compatible for Nespresso pods, obviously. So they're expensive, but definitely worth it in the long run, I think. And you could, if you have enough of these, you could make a bunch of them up, and it's really not going to affect you, because you just, maybe once a week you might have to refill them depending how many coffees you have. And you can just slowly accumulate more as you can, just buy another pack, or buy a big bunch in one go, up to you. Or there are other brands that you could buy, however I don't think the other brands I saw were as good quality. So I think buying better quality in the end is better, because you're going to have to replace them a lot less often. The other ones were still made as plastic, whereas these are stainless steel, and they're going to last a lot longer. And the last thing is to have a library card. So this is my local library card, and having a local library, a good one, is so fantastic. It has changed a lot. I used to buy a lot of books and magazines, and I don't do that at all anymore. So pretty much if I do buy a book, it is secondhand. I very, very, very rarely buy a brand new book. I can't remember the last time I bought a brand new book. Pretty much everything I get, I borrow from the library. Magazines, I haven't bought a magazine in a long time. They are expensive, and you pretty much read them once. So I hire my magazines, they keep them up to date pretty well at the local library, and if they don't have what you want, you can request that they can get it. It doesn't mean they're going to get it, but they might look into it. And then I've heard of some libraries in my area that have toys and puzzles and stuff for children, and you can loan them and bring them back and get new ones and stuff like that, or borrow them again or whatever, which I think is fantastic. One, we're all buying less toys, and two, your kids can get new toys all the time. I mean, they can get sick of the toys they have and the puzzles and all that they have, so you can get them new ones. And then also they also have DVDs, TV shows, and that is something I've been using quite a bit as well, because I feel like I've seen everything on Netflix. So I'm now turning to my DVD and TV sections at my libraries. So yeah, that is pretty much my next lot of essentials that I would recommend for you guys. If you have any recommendations you would like to recommend, please leave some comments down below. If you have any requested videos or topics for me, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Press the little bell button so you get notifications when I upload, and have a lovely day. Bye.